All right, welcome to The Explainer. You know, sometimes the biggest ideas are hiding in the most obvious places. And today, our entire journey starts with just one word. A word you've probably used a million times and never thought twice about.
And that word is system. I mean, think about it. It's everywhere, right? The solar system, your computer's operating system, the system you have for organizing, well, anything. It's about as normal a word as you can get. But what if I told you that this super simple word is actually a clue? A key that unlocks a hidden structure inside the English language itself. A structure built for one thing, total clarity. So yeah, let's dive in and see what's going on here.
Okay, first up, a perfectly normal word. Look, before we get to the cool, hidden stuff, we gotta start with the basics. What are we even looking at? What does system actually mean?
So if you look it up in the Simple English Wiktionary, a system is pretty much what you'd expect. It's a group of things that work together or a way of doing something. Simple enough, right? Nothing to see here, or so you'd think. And, you know, that's where most of us would just move on. But if you look really, really closely at its dictionary page, there's this little note tucked away. A clue. And this little clue, it changes absolutely everything.
Which brings us to our next part, the hidden label. This, right here, is the moment our little dictionary search turns into a full-blown investigation.
Boom. There it is. Just a single sentence. System is on the Basic English 850 list. I mean, how easy would it be to just scroll right past that? But that little sentence is a huge signpost, pointing to something way, way bigger. So, of course, that begs the question, right? The Basic English 850 list, what in the world is that?
Okay, let's pull on that thread. That takes us right here to the Basic English 850. Figuring this out is really the heart of the whole thing. So what is it? Well, Basic English is basically a simplified version of English. It's a special list of just 850 essential words. And it was put together for a very specific reason, to create a super clear, super effective tool for communication. Now, the goal here wasn't to, dumb down English. Not at all. It was actually the opposite. The idea was to let people express really complex thoughts, but with simple words. It was meant to be a tool for crystal clear communication, to help people learn the language faster. It's a small, controlled set of words, but it is incredibly effective. And this is the aha moment. Welcome to a system of words. This is where everything just clicks into place. And that first word we looked at, system, it becomes the key to understanding the whole shebang. Okay, so remember that definition we looked at a minute ago for our starting word, system? Yeah, a system is a group of things that work together. Just let that sit for a second. A group of things that work together.
Because, and this is so cool, Basic English isn't just some random list of 850 words. It is itself a system, a hand-picked group of words all designed to, you guessed it, work together to create meaning. So the word system isn't just on the list, it perfectly describes the list. How great is that?
So here's how it actually works in practice. You take any idea, doesn't matter how complicated, then you express that idea using only the words from this 850 words system. And what you get on the other side is communication that's incredibly clear, something almost anyone can get. It's a perfect example of a system doing its job.
All right, that brings us to our last section, the power of simple. We found the system, we see how it works, but so what? Why does any of this actually matter? Let's talk about the big picture here. Because look, this is way more than just a neat little language experiment. It's a huge lesson in communication itself. Choosing to be simple on purpose is a superpower. It cuts right through all the noise, and it dramatically lowers the chance of being misunderstood. It's an amazing tool for talking to people all over the world, and it proves, once and for all, that you don't need fancy words to talk about big ideas. And you know what? Sometimes forcing yourself to use simple words can actually help you think more clearly in the first place. So, the big takeaway is this, and it's a powerful one. It doesn't matter if we're talking about language or technology or heck, even just organizing your kitchen. A really well-designed system lets you build something incredibly powerful and complex out of the simplest possible parts. And that really just leaves us with one final thought. We started this whole journey with just a single, ordinary word, and we ended up uncovering an entire system designed for clarity. So it makes you wonder, right? Where else can a simple system make a really big difference?